Hello and welcome to episode 42 of the Amazing Nerdiverse. I'm Jeff Grant.
I'm Steven Tukert.
This is the podcast where we talk about all things, life, the universe, and everything. We're talking about being properly equipped for interplanetary travel.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Making sure you have your
life.
towels and babblefish and
Books.
Proper ordering etiquette at the restaurant at the end of the universe.
Not panicking.
How to fly.
There's mice in that book.
Do you know how to fly?
Yeah. You don't?
Yeah, you just throw yourself at the ground and miss. Easy.
That's not bad.
Easy enough.
I can do that.
Yeah. No, it's the podcast where we talk about all things good and geeky in the Amazing Nerdiverse. We're talking movies, TV shows, comic books,
We're not doing
video
that today,
games,
are we?
actual books, like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I don't know how to read, though.
Yeah, I know. I read you stories sometimes. You'll call me up when you're going to bed and say, read me a bedtime story, and I'll just...
I have two nieces that live about 4 minutes away.
Mm-hmm. They read you?
Yeah. Well, sometimes we'll babysit for a little bit, and when you put them for their nap, they want to pick a little book.
Yeah.
And sometimes they pick a book that's like, oh god, it's a little bit long in the tooth. So sometimes like I'll pretend like I've read the whole page, and I'll just kind of turn it. And I'm like, all right,
you just skip stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, that book, the story was all right, but it had a lot of plot holes.
I skip a lot of stuff. I'm like, all right, let's just nap time.
Okay, before we get into our huge episode for the week, because we didn't do an episode last week, so this week we're going to be talking about all the news that came out of D23 and San Diego Comic-Con. We're going to jump into that, but there's a couple things I want to touch on real quick. First of all, our film, Team Proof, that we made. Mm-hmm. It was selected as an official selection now in the Something Wicked Film Festival in Atlanta, which is happening in the first weekend of August. August 6th, our film is screening in Atlanta, or I guess in Lawrenceville, Georgia is where the actual place is, but in Georgia, at 11 a.m. in screening room number 2. You can check the description of this video on YouTube, or on the website, on the Amazing Nerdiverse website and everything. You'll be able to link back to the link to where you can get your tickets. But come out and see the movie with us. Yeah. We're excited. It's been 3 years we've been working on this film, and it's finally done. Finally.
Ah.
And we're, I'm excited. It's going to be the official premiere of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's good.
I mean, I've seen it. It's not. But no, yeah, it's exciting. I'm really, we got selected. We got into a film festival.
Are you releasing clips?
Yes, I'm going to be releasing clips by the time this comes out, a couple of clips will already have made their way online. There's a new poster.
Okay. Am I on the poster?
No, I photoshopped you out of it. The version that I got had you in it, but I had to do something about that.
Okay.
And the trailer's been online.
You just put in Atkins twice.
Yeah. But check that out. I wrote a whole blog post about it, so you can go on theamazingnerdiverse.com and check that out and learn more about it. Also, I've been doing... One of the reasons we didn't do an episode last week is because, I just been really busy doing... Yeah, I didn't fucking feel like it, man. Get off my nuts.
Better things to do.
I have been a lot of films, a lot of movie screenings, reviews and stuff like that, writing for the website. San Diego Comic-Con was last week, and I was covering a lot of that, all that stuff going on. Some of the movies I saw, their new reviews. Didn't even get a chance to do a video review or anything like that for our channel, for the Amazing Nerdiverse or anything. But if you want to read my reviews for Dunkirk, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, and Atomic Blonde, you can go and check them out on Heroic Hollywood. Or, on theamazingnerdiverse.com, I always post a little thing on there that'll take you to my review on Heroic Hollywood. But, all right. So let's, without any further ado, no fucking around this week. We got to get into it. Let's jump into the news.
I really like Cheetos that are, they got the, the jalapeno ones.
Okay. News. So first up, let's talk about D23. D23 is, of course, the Disney convention that they do every other year.
House of Mouse?
Yeah, it's the House of Mouse. It's like their own personal, like, kind of Comic-Con that's just Disney-related stuff.
Mickey Mouse Fan Club.
So you got all the Mickey Mouses, you got all the Goofies.
Donald Ducks.
You got all the, the
Minnie
live-action
Mouse,
Disney movies.
Daisy
the
Duck.
animated stuff, Pixar,
Pluto.
Star Wars, Marvel, all that Disney owns all of
Elmer
that shit
Fudd.
now. So, yeah, Elmer Fudd's not. Elmer Fudd's Looney Tunes. That's Warner Brothers.
You're Looney Tunes.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. All right, so of those things that I mentioned, not Elmer Fudd, but Star Wars is one of them. And so there was a little bit of Star Wars stuff. They had, some Star Wars stuff going on at D23. First of all, Star Wars The Last Jedi, they released this really cool behind-the-scenes, like, reel. They didn't do, a real trailer or anything, but they did, like, a behind-the-scenes reel and stuff like that. Did you check that out?
No, I don't want to see anything.
You're not going to watch any of the trailers or anything?
I probably will, but
Did you see the first trailer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where he's like, maybe the Jedi should end.
Yeah.
Maybe there shouldn't be any more
We're
goddamn Jedi.
That was my favorite line. Can't wait for the t-shirts of that.
Like he's just in a mood.
Yeah. So yeah, but it was really cool behind the scenes kind of reel, showing you just, the making of process, little fun stuff. Had some Chewbacca business going on in there, and a little bit of Carrie Fisher and of course, like John Boyega and Daisy Ridley, and John Boyega's like making fun of the director Rian Johnson, like how
John
he does
Boyega
a horrible
fired.
or like he does like a horrible Chewbacca impression, stuff like that. It was fun. It was cool to watch, and I like those sorts of things.
Since Disney owns Star Wars and Marvel, they wouldn't let, this is just me fan casting, they wouldn't let John Boyega do Green Lantern, would they?
I don't know.
Do you think that'd
He's
be
not...
like a conflict of... I mean, obviously that's not something that's been...
I don't think so, because like...
He's just my choice.
Yeah. I don't think so. Like, I think he would be able to, because I know that the Marvel actors they're not allowed to be in DC films. I don't think it's the other way, because there's one news story on here that a little bit later that I'll talk about.
Ooh.
Yes, that's a tease for something that's going to happen like 2 hours from now by the time we finally get to it.
Damn.
All right. There was some character posters released for the film too. It's really cool. They're all like in red. All the characters are like wearing a lot of red and stuff.
I haven't seen those.
Yeah, you got Rey, Finn, Poe, Kylo Ren, Leia, and Luke, and these like really cool red robes.
Yeah.
I like that. I like those. In the video game world, Star Wars Battlefront 2, there was like a behind the story featurette. I'm really looking forward to this game. It's the sequel to Battlefront that came out like 2 years ago. Some people were disappointed by that game because of the like lack of story mode, and there was a lot of like DLC that you had to pay for, so you had to pay like $50 on top of the $60 game and stuff just to get all the stuff. And then it was a bummer, and it took a whole year. Like, it came out, like, I believe the November that The Force Awakens came out, and there was 4 DLC packs, and by the time the 4th one came out was when Rogue One came out, and it was the Scarif battle pack and everything. But, I mean, it's a year and a half after that game come out, and... it's like a year and a half after that game came out, and I'm still playing it. Like, I like that game. But if there's a story mode, I'll like it even more. And the story mode's really cool. It's focusing on the Empire and all that stuff. And, like, it's set after the fall of the second Death Star at the end of Return of the Jedi. There's a really cool character named Iden Versio, who's, like, the main character in it. And they just released... I have it, but I haven't had a chance to start it yet because I'm listening to Dark Tower on audiobook. But they just released the Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad book that I'm really looking forward to listen to. And it's the actors from the game reading the audiobook. Told you we would talk about books this week.
Oh, man.
I got lots of book shit to talk about. I'm reading my ass off over here.
Book shit.
Books. Let's talk about books. All right, next up, let's talk about some live action Disney action going on over here. First up, Aladdin. Aladdin's happened. Guy Ritchie's still attached to it.
Aladdin?
I don't know. Something makes me think that he's not going to end up doing it at the end of the day. He doesn't seem right for Aladdin, but... Anyway, they cast the leads in Aladdin. An actor named Mina Musad from Amazon's Jack Ryan series that's coming up is going to play Aladdin. Naomi Scott from Power Rangers, the Pink Ranger, is going to play Jasmine.
Huh?
Oh, God. You going to do this the whole D23 segment?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right,
So the
Power Ranger.
Pink Ranger's playing Jasmine. I like that.
Is she able to...
I think so.
I thought
I
she was
guess.
just regular old white lady.
No.
No?
I don't know. I don't
you
know
sure?
for sure her. I mean, their whole thing was they were trying to cast somebody racially like authentic for the role and everything. So I'm assuming she is if they cast her, because they were like doing this whole like search of like.
Get ready for a
Trying to find the
backlash. Is all I'm saying.
Well, I didn't announce who's playing Genie. Will Smith is playing the Genie, so that's where you're gonna get. No one cares about the Pink Ranger. They're like.
You think there's gonna be a backlash?
I
mean, if you're gonna cast the Genie,
this is old news at this point.
That's a tough one though.
I haven't heard it, but yeah.
Like if you're trying to cast the Genie after Robin Williams,
Yeah.
you got just a couple of choices.
Dude, we said it. We had already said it. The Rock is who they should have gone with. The Rock would have made it work.
I think Will Smith will be fine though, but I mean, The
Yeah.
Rock is.
Yeah, I don't dislike Will Smith. It's just
I'd prefer The Rock. I think.
Yeah, me too. I think that's what it is. Like I was, you sold me on The Rock when you brought it up that time on a previous episode of the podcast. But yeah, there's a lot of live action Disney movies that are being made right now.
Yeah.
Jungle Book, they've done some like Maleficent and Cinderella and stuff like that before, but Jungle Book like kicked the doors wide open for these sort of things. So, have you still not seen Jungle Book?
No.
I think it's on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
Should check it out.
I think it's blasphemous to have animals talking.
Oh, okay. It's the episode where we find out Steven's super religious and animals talking.
That's just, I mean...
is the devil. It's the devil.
Yeah. It's the devil. I'm not saying...
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's the devil.
It's evil incarnate, yeah. All right. Mulan is another one.
Something necessity.
Mulan has a talking dragon, so that one might be too evil for you as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna... It's too hot button. I'm gonna set this one out.
But yeah, so they're making a live action Mulan with Nikki Caro, from the director of The Zookeeper's Wife, is directing, and the writers who wrote the Planet of the Apes like prequels and everything. I think they were mostly attached on Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and I think they had like story credits on the other ones. But they're they're working on that one, and it's in pre-production right now. They should get because Ming-Na Wen from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., she was the original voice of Mulan, which is crazy. I didn't know that, and I didn't know her from anything before S.H.I.E.L.D., but yeah, she was the voice of Mulan, and so I think she said she would like to do a cameo of some sort in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Burton's making Dumbo.
I'll pass. Is he gonna be a sad elephant?
Yeah.
He's all weird. Has he got scissors for a trunk or something?
I hope so. Well, I mean, I wasn't quite sold on the idea, but the cast is good.
Who's Dumbo?
First of all, it's got I don't know who Dumbo is, but first of all, it's got
The Rock.
A March 29th, 2019 release date was announced at D23.
Mm-hmm.
But Colin Farrell, Michael Keaton, Eva Green, and Danny DeVito were all confirmed to appear in the film.
Is Danny DeVito Dumbo?
You got Batman and the Penguin in this movie, and Bullseye for no reason. Doesn't fit the theme, but
there's a reason.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to shoot Dumbo.
Yeah. I never miss.
All right.
All right, asshole. So yeah, that's in pre-production right now. They showed this like kind of like 3 foot tall like mesh like model of what Dumbo is gonna look like and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Looked alright. It did look very Tim Burton-y, like not like super Tim Burton, like when you see his crazed sketchbooks and shit. Everything looked like an Arkham.
Like at this point,
asylum.
it's kind of like, all right, dude, we get it. You're weird.
You're quirky.
Yeah, we know you're quirky. You're all right. We get it. Calm down.
All right. They're doing a Little Mermaid remake as well.
Live action?
Yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda, who created Hamilton, and he did the music for Moana, and he's doing the Mary Poppins sequel. He is teaming up with Alan Menken, the guy who originally did the music on The Little Mermaid and like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and all those big hits, and all those classic Disney soundtracks and everything. They're going to be scoring the live-action Little Mermaid remake. And finally, the final live-action thing, the one I'm looking forward to the most, is The Lion King. They showed the opening sequence at D23. They didn't release it online or anything, but the opening sequence, and people loved it. Like, it did not disappoint and everything.
Can you still classify? Can you still classify? Can you still classify that as like live action, even if there's like
quote unquote live action. Like, it looks like, yeah. I mean, because Jungle Book, the only thing that was live action was the kid, and this one doesn't have a kid. So this is all. I mean, yeah, it's still computer generated. It's still technically animated.
The only thing that makes it live action is there's one real kid in there.
Yeah, but you can't even tell. Like, it all looks real, and that's what I'm excited to see about Lion King.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, they can.
No, they fucking can't. We've been over this. You stupid idiot. Bears can't sing.
I'm not gonna give up.
Orangutans can't.
In my heart, bears can sing.
And orangutans can't jump.
But yeah, this is good cast. So the cast in this has been incredible so far across the board. Donald Glover, as Simba. You have Seth Rogen as Pumbaa and Billy Eichner as Timon. James Earl Jones is coming back to voice Mufasa. And they just added. I
mean, who the hell else?
Yeah, right. But they just added John Oliver is playing Zazu.
That's good.
That's really good casting as well. And this is rumored. I haven't heard anything but just some rumors, and it still hasn't been confirmed or denied or anything like that yet. But the rumor I heard was Hugh Jackman as Scar, possibly. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, I'd still like to see the same with Mufasa. I still would like to see Jeremy Irons come back as Scar because I just love his voice for that character.
Oh,
and everything. But
well, he's busy doing Alfred stuff.
Yeah, of course. All right, let's real quick move on to the animated and the Pixar realm of things, all things Disney. Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph Wrecks the Internet. Dude, that was one I came into late. Like, I owned it for a long time and just never got around to watching it. Finally watched it. You're right. I mean, I knew I would love it. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I love that movie. And I'm really excited for the sequel. I'm kind of glad that I didn't get in see it right away, and then I would just be waiting 5-6 years or whatever for the sequel. But the sequel's coming out, and it's called Ralph Breaks the Internet. So this time, Princess Vanellope, her game breaks down, and her and Ralph have to go to the internet to get the piece that can fix her game.
Okay.
So they go off into the internet, and there's all kinds of stuff. There's like, fighting off pop-up ads and shit like that. God. And they go to a Disney website, which is a real website, on the real internet.
On the real internet.
On the real internet. Yep. But they go to this Disney website and they meet all of the Disney princesses.
Yeah.
And so, like, there's a scene with, like, 9 Disney princesses and, like, so Vanellope meets them and stuff, and it's all the real original voice actresses, too, for the most part. Like, for many of them.
I don't know if they're all still alive.
Not all of them, but most of the more, like, from 1989 on are. So, like, you got Snow White. That's not the same one.
Dead.
She was Belle, but it's the same Belle.
Dead.
No. It's the same Ariel, the same Jasmine, the same Pocahontas.
Cinderella dead?
Tiana, Rapunzel, Mandy Moore's Rapunzel. Merida?
Meredith?
Brave. I never saw Brave. I think it's Merida.
Yeah. Meredith from The Office?
Anna from Frozen and Moana. All of these. There's a scene where they're interacting with all of those Disney princesses. Mm-hmm. And C-3PO also has a cameo. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting when the first film came out in 2012, and that was like before they really acquired Star Wars and Marvel. Really, I mean, at least when they were working on it, they didn't really have the whole thing going. So now they can incorporate Star Wars and Marvel into the Wreck-It Ralph world, just like they did with all the video game characters in the first one.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool. I'm excited to see what they do with those things. They showed some footage and stuff from Incredibles 2. They're saying it's going to take place immediately after the original.
That's interesting.
This one, Elastigirl is the star of this one.
Okay.
So the mom's like got more of the center focus on the story. Mm-hmm. They showed a scene that's like I think it was Mr. Incredible or whatever, just like at home. I think he was taking a nap, and then Jack is kind of having his own little adventure with a raccoon and stuff, and it shows
he's talking raccoon.
I don't think so, because that would be blasphemy. But like Jack has even more powers than we've even seen in the first movie, and then like the special features, like there was that short Jack attack in the first movie, and everything. So, he's going to have a lot. And so they're going to explore more of that. And the family's still unaware that he has these powers.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the clip at the end, Mr. Incredible figured it out. And he's like, oh, damn it. Or whatever.
Yeah.
He didn't say damn it. It's a kid's movie. But he's like, oh, fuck. Or whatever he said.
Right. That makes more sense. Yeah. You're right.
Okay. Marvel. Let's talk about Marvel. So next year is the 10th anniversary of Marvel Studios. They released a new logo for Marvel Studios for the 10th anniversary, which is pretty much just the Marvel Studio logo.
Yeah.
But the I and the O and Studios is a 10. So that's
I don't get it.
clever. Yeah. You have to see it in writing. You have to see it.
Hold on. The logo... Wait. How many years?
Good God. It's going to be a long episode. Infinity War. The big thing to come out of D23 is they showed some footage from Infinity War. So the footage that they showed is like a little teaser kind of thing. It started off with the Guardians of the Galaxy in space.
Mm-hmm.
There's like some kind of like wreckage of like a planet or whatever.
Yeah.
And then something slams into the front, into the windshield or whatever. So yeah, it's Thor and his like gladiator gear and stuff. So this is after Thor Ragnarok. Like, what happens to Thor at the end of Thor Ragnarok? Mm-hmm. So they bring him inside. He's like, "Who the hell are you guys?" That sort of thing. So that's probably what brings the Guardians into the story with everyone else.
Right.
That's interesting. You start to see a lot of different like heroes interacting and like kind of, just kind of looking around and dealing with like the death and destruction sort of thing. There's a shot of Loki holding the Tesseract. Mm-hmm. Like, so I think he's gonna, of course, betray Thor again in Thor Ragnarok, and he's gonna get his hands on that Tesseract before he leaves. And so we see that in there. You see Peter Parker on a school bus and like the hairs on his arm. Yeah, like teases the spider sense. You also see him in action wearing the suit from the end of Spider-Man Homecoming. That's interesting. Cap has a beard.
Yep.
Black Widow has blonde hair.
Have you seen the poster?
They're on the run. Yeah, looks awesome.
I noticed the Captain America, his cost, like he took off the star, like anything that makes it.
Yeah,
Did
it's
you
like
notice that?
it's like kind of like a nomad thing, like in the comics when he stopped being.
He's not Captain America no more.
No, he's like nomad.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I like it, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's cool to see them like incorporate stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I want him to be Captain America.
Right.
But he's got a beard. I like him. I want him to keep the beard. So yeah, and you see a lot of stuff, just like different characters together. Like you see Spider-Man and Hulk. I mean Spider-Man and
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is there, but you see Spider-Man and Iron Man together with like some of the Guardians. Mm-hmm. You see like Doctor Strange like interacting with some of the Guardians, like doing cool stuff.
Magic tricks.
Yeah, magic. These little tricks. They're illusions. Yeah, and so the clip ends with Thanos using the Infinity Gauntlet and tearing a moon apart and throwing it at the Avengers.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Like, I almost don't want to see this movie because I don't want to see any of them get hurt.
Yeah, someone's gonna get hurt.
Now, do you think... Here's my thought. Mm-hmm. Either one of the big four, or they could even do all of the big four die. Think about it.
I don't think... I think
each of them kind of has an out.
Yeah. I don't think any of the... I mean, okay. I don't think... For some reason, I don't think Hulk's going to die. But I think any of the original 6 Avengers, aside from Hulk, I think any of them could go. Mm-hmm.
Cap can go.
And it would kind of be all right with me just because they've actually legitimately given those characters...
a lot.
I mean, at least the main 3. Thor, Hulk, and... I mean, Thor, Cap, and Iron Man, like...
Especially Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man has had 3 solo movies.
I feel like he's going to be
starred
coming
in
to
two Avengers, or 3 Avengers movie by this point, and then also co-starred in 2 other character solo movies.
Right.
And so, he's had plenty. Captain America's had, all the Avengers movies and all 3 of his own solo movies. Mm-hmm. Thor's had the same. Yeah, for some reason I feel like Thor could maybe still go on and have use stuff, but like... For some reason, I feel like he's less likely than the other 2. But yeah, I just don't think we're gonna get a Hawkeye or a Black Widow movie. And in those cases, I would see either. I would like to see either one. But
I might see a Hawkeye movie.
Hawkeye Netflix series would be cool.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I'd like to see Black Widow show up in Daredevil.
Okay.
That would be really cool. But yeah, I don't think any of these things are going to happen.
Those two are probably going to die.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, they're just people.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, one of them has bow and arrow, and the other one just knows really good karate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man.
Sorry, someone's got to go, and
Someone's going to get got.
yeah. So also at D23, the Black Order was revealed. These are the characters that are going to be working for Thanos and everything. They're going to be his, like... So we're starting to see a little more. We were always like, who do they fight? Just Thanos? And there's more characters. There's a character there's an image. I'll put up the image in the video for this. The characters, God, this is going to be fun. They're all weird alien names. Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight, Thanos is in the middle. Ebony Maw and Black Dwarf are the characters that are going to be in this image. They also showed there's also a close-up look at the actual Infinity Gauntlet there on the floor at D23. So that's cool. So that's all the D23 stuff we got to talk about. So now let's jump into the Comic-Con stuff, because there's a shit ton of it. But first of all, before I get into the big DC and Marvel stuff, there's a couple other movies and things that I just wanted to knock out real quick before we get to the big stuff. This one is probably one of the things I'm most excited for. And I've been excited for it for years, and it's finally legitimately happening. Todd McFarlane has officially announced that he is directing a Spawn movie. He's actually directing it. He's only directed like some music videos. He's obviously he's a great artist. Like even going back to like, working on Spider-Man and stuff before he started Image. I've always loved his artwork and stuff, and he's done some music videos. Like he did the music video for Korn, Freak on a Leash or whatever, like those animated things, and I think he did one for Disturbed more recently. But he's gonna make his feature film directorial debut with a new Spawn movie, and he's gonna be doing it for Blumhouse, which they are killing it right now in the horror genre. They did Get Out, they did Split, they did the Paranormal Activity movies, the Insidious movies and stuff like that. They're the only people right now really that are doing interesting stuff in the horror genre. Like I think Warner Brothers is doing all the stuff that James Wan is doing, like with The Conjuring and everything like that. But other than that, most of the great horror stuff that's happening is Blumhouse, so that's really cool.
Does Teen Proof count as a horror film?
Nope, it doesn't count as a film. But he's looking to do something different with this movie. Something different, like as opposed to like other horror movies, as opposed to as opposed to other, superhero movies. Something different than, like the last version of Spawn that we saw. He's saying, words that he's using to describe this, he's saying like, dark, gritty, which we hear all the time. But for Spawn, it needs to be.
I hear that all the time, though. So it's like...
Yeah, but everyone says that when it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
This needs to be.
Yeah.
Those things. It's going to be low budget.
We're going to make Spider-Man dark and gritty.
Yeah. It's going to be hard R. They're going to do these things. Yeah, R. Yes, the way he described it as he's talking about it, and I've heard him talk about it before for a while now, but the way he describes it, to me, it sounds a lot like Jaws.
Okay.
Where instead of the water, it's like the shadows and everything, and instead of a shark, it's fucking Spawn, and like he's just coming out and killing people and stuff, and like because
killing
bad guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Spawn.
He's awesome. The end.
Oh, thank you. Now I get it.
You don't know Spawn's origin?
I know he was that one soldier dude.
He was a
got
soldier.
Betrayed, killed, went to hell.
Betrayed and killed,
the devil
burned
was
alive.
like, hey, you do something for me. I give you these powers.
Lead my army. You'll be able to see your wife Wanda again. He comes
Spawn
back.
was like, fuck you. And then he kept his powers, but he's all like uggled up. And then...
Uggled up.
And then...
Yeah, he's supposed to lead Hell's army and everything, but he kills bad guys and shit like that. And I love the HBO. There was an animated series for HBO that was fantastic. But yeah, like he's talking about like he's saying that there's a lot of Oscar-winning like actors that are interested in this role and everything.
Is the character black or white?
He's black.
Okay, because I read like a little quick thing is like he was Maybe he meant like the villain or something, but he's like, he was looking for Leonardo DiCaprio to play Spawn.
Oh no,
Or he
that
might have,
can't be at all.
He might have just said the lead. So maybe, I don't know.
Oh, maybe Twitch.
Twitch.
Because Spawn isn't technically going to be the lead of this film.
Really? So how are you calling it Spawn?
He's going to be like the shark in Jaws, where he's kind of in the shadows. Where you're not going to see a whole lot of Spawn, but he's kind of present throughout the whole movie. That sort of thing. Like that's how I mean, I don't think he said the word Jaws, but that's how I'm kind of taking it. Like how I'm kind of how it sounds to me and what I like to say. I like Jaws. But like Sam and Twitch are the two cops in the comic books and everything.
Is that their last names?
I don't know. I mean, Sam's probably a first name.
Twitch is like, I'm guessing
either probably a last name or a nickname or something.
Okay.
But Sam and Twitch are the two cops from the comics, and Kevin Smith is developing a Sam and Twitch show for BBC America. But apparently, for some reason, I'm only hearing Twitch as far as in this movie. I don't know if Sam is not involved in it. I don't know why he wouldn't be.
So you would assume he meant Leonardo DiCaprio for like one of the cops?
Twitch, yeah. Sam kind of reminds me of like a Harvey Bullock type. He's a bigger guy.
Okay.
And Twitch is like a little kind of wiry kind of looking fuck with like glasses and like crazy blonde hair.
Spawn?
I mean, dude, they kind of cast him right the last time, even though it wasn't.
Dude, go back to. He doesn't look old.
Yeah, I mean, even then, like he's mostly just a voice, like.
Yeah.
And he's in a suit the whole time. You're not going to see a whole bunch of him outside of it.
That dude aged really well.
Yeah, he did though. Yeah.
Like I saw.
So you could still use him for like flashbacks and
like
stuff.
Like when he showed up in The Dark Knight, I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Like you look the same.
Yeah. So so I'm really looking forward to that movie. I think I'm excited.
I'll see it.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I think it's gonna be cool.
Can I go?
The non-comic book movie that I'm looking forward to most, that I'm most excited for, is Ready Player One.
Have you read that book?
Yes.
I read it.
You read it?
Well, I read 85% of it.
Oh, nice.
So
wow.
I'm almost to the end. We were moving from our old apartment to our new apartment.
Yeah.
And in between, we were staying at sister-in-law's house. This is a long story just to get to this. But like while we were there, I was like, I was reading it. And then we were like, all right, we can move into our new apartment now. And then when we moved in, I just hadn't gotten back into it.
Yeah.
But like, it's a really good book.
It is. Yeah. I listened to the audiobook finally. Because like, I just don't have time to read an actual book. So like, I'm driving around or at work or working on stuff. I can just listen to the audiobook while I'm doing other things. And I love, Will Wheaton reads it and everything. I love this book. Okay. I finished it, just finished it and everything the other day. And they released the trailer for Ready Player One. Did you check that out?
I did.
What did you think?
Mixed feelings. I'm excited to see it. But like I'm having to adjust to when like you put the pictures in your head.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're the director when you read it or listen to it or whatever. Like you see it how you see it.
Sometimes there's that Pete Holmes joke where it's like I like to see the movie first, so that way it's cast when I read it.
Yeah, dude, because I knew who most of the cast was in this movie, so I was listening to it and going, all right, I know Olivia Cooke plays this role, and I know that Ty Sheridan is the main guy, and I know that Simon Pegg is in it, and Ben Mendelsohn.
Playing?
He's playing the best friend of James Halliday that was like grew up with him and everything, and they created the company together, and then they had a falling out. So he's at the big birthday party thing. He's the guy that they're having the birthday party for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. That's I'm really excited. Like, this is gonna be a really cool movie. But the trailer, I thought it looked great. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it wasn't exactly what I pictured when reading it, but there were some things that were like that party scene when he gets it's just like one of the first things when he puts on the goggles and goes into the oasis, shows him walking into that party scene and people are floating. That's exactly how I pictured that scene, at least in my head. But there's a lot of really cool things in this trailer. There's some cameos and Easter eggs and all that stuff, which is appropriate for this. The book is so just full of these pop culture references, 80s mostly, but there's other stuff as well, like stuff a little before and after that and everything. Like there was references to Firefly and
Can you imagine trying to get the rights to all those things for the movie?
That's why...
For a book, it's different.
Yeah.
Because you could write it. Nobody cares.
Yeah. But for the movie,
is there anything, though, for... Like, if you're writing a book?
I don't think so. I think you can just write whatever. Like, that's why this book is so cool, because there's so many things in it.
I didn't think of that till right now. I guess. Yeah, but it's a
Warner Brothers movie, So
they own most of it.
They can
anyway.
use a lot of Warner Brothers stuff, which is why you see characters like, why you see Harley Quinn is in there. You see little Easter. You see Harley Quinn, and a lot of people said it was Deadshot. To me, it looked like Deathstroke. Because I think he had the swords.
Okay.
And everything. But like when he first walks into that place, you see that.
Mm-hmm.
You also see characters like the Iron Giant. How cool is that to see the Iron Giant in a live action format? I mean, of course, like we said, he's not live action, he's animated, but the Iron Giant's going to play a big role in that. In the book, there was like these giant robots and stuff that the players who get to a certain point can get and use and stuff. Mm-hmm. And the bad guy uses Mecha Godzilla. And Kaminsky was saying that he really wants to see that in the movie, and so do I.
Should use Megazord.
Yeah, they should have a Megazord. They should have Mecha Godzilla. They should have the Jaegers from Pacific Rim, like all that shit. But you see other stuff in there,
like a robot version of Godzilla. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. You asshole. The DeLorean's in there.
Yeah.
There's the Iron Giant, Freddy Krueger. You see him for a second.
Yeah.
There's a little if you can spot it. There's Laura Croft is in there. It's really cool. It looks like a lot of fun. It's it's not really a story trailer yet. It's just kind of a teaser that's kind of giving you a little bit of the flavor of the movie and the craziness that goes on. But having read the book, I knew everything that was going on in the trailer, and I loved it. Did you ever watch Stranger Things? I can't remember. No.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
I think you'd like it. Stranger Things season 2.
They got me hooked when I saw like a trailer or like a sneak peek a while ago where like it's the 4 boys as Ghostbusters. I was like,
yeah,
all right.
That's in this season, the season 2.
You know what I'll say? It seems like a show I would enjoy watching in October or like when it's cold.
It comes out on Halloween season.
Okay. I'll probably watch
2.
it when it starts to get cold. I don't think I would enjoy it.
You don't think you would enjoy it during the
No, I
summer?
honestly wouldn't. It wouldn't. It just seems like a spooky, chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's got to be cold outside.
I mean that's perfect because it comes out on Halloween. You can start season 1
all right
in October. But yeah, they got the Ghostbusters. They're bringing in some new actors this season with like Rudy, Samwise Gamgee. What's his name? Sean Astin. I was trying to remember his name.
Gam.
Yeah. Oh, Gam. Sean Astin's in it this season. Paul Reiser. It looks really cool. Like I almost like yeah. I don't want to say too much if you haven't seen it, but it looks super creepy. It's on Halloween.
Kind of
the Ghostbusters. Yeah, the first season's great. I'm really excited when the new season's about to start. I'm going to start it over and watch it from the beginning.
Yeah.
And roll right through season 2. Did you see the new Star Trek Discovery trailer?
I saw one a while ago. I haven't seen a new one yet, though.
A new one came out this week, and that show looks expensive.
Yeah, that's what I noticed the first time.
Yeah, it looks...
I was like, are you sure this is a show?
No wonder they're just taking so long to come out. It looks nuts. Like, the level of
you guys
like,
don't know how to
CG,
do all that.
I can't believe this is, like... I mean, I guess it's not really TV. It's, like, on a streaming service, but for some reason, to me, streaming service... To me, I don't know for sure, but it sounds like it would have less money to do that as opposed to a TV series and stuff. But I don't know, and it looks nuts.
Dude, did you hear about all this like backlash about like it's like a female captain or the female lead or something like that?
The lead is Sonequa Martin Green from The Walking Dead, played Sasha. She's the lead. She's not the captain. I think she's like a lieutenant.
I wish
or something.
I hadn't heard about her getting this show before the end of The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
I was
right.
Like, oh man.
Yeah.
I put one and one together.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like
she's got to sleep sometimes. She can't be on both shows.
Yeah. So she's Jason Isaacs is the lead, is the captain. He was Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies. He's the captain on one of the ships. The other there's like 2 ships apparently. The other captain is Michelle Yeoh. So there is a woman captain and there's a female lead and everything. I'm like, dude, the people that are getting pissed off at these things, or the people that are getting pissed off with Doctor Who, that the new Doctor is a woman.
Yeah.
Which she's a great actress. I loved her. She was in Attack the Block. I love that movie. Okay. Nick Frost and John Boyega.
Is she bigger over in England or something?
She's a British actress and everything. Okay. So, but she's great for that role. Like the people that are mad at these things don't strike me as like fans of those things. Mm-hmm. Like the people that would be mad at a female lead in a Star Trek show. doesn't seem to get the
already did.
messages that Star Trek imparts.
Right. It's supposed to be, hey, we're all from different places, and we're
Yeah. Like the cat, dude. 1966. Like they had all of these characters that were, they had a George Takei. They had Ahura. Nichelle Nichols. They had like all these this very diverse cast of characters on TV and everything.
Did you ever go back and watch the old?
I'm actually watching it now.
So
like I started watching Next Generation, but I never watched all of the original series.
Right.
So I was like, I'm just going to start back and
just because it's.
Yeah, some of it's a little dated and stuff, but like I'm starting it now. I think I'm like about 7-8 episodes in. Just watching it whenever I get some downtime.
I read some behind the stuff about making the show that I thought
trivia.
Yeah,
like on
some
IMDb.
stuff I thought was cute. Like what is the abbreviation for it? There's like letters and things written on like some of the pipes and the doors.
Yeah.
Like it was some of the things are like GNDN.
Uh-huh.
You know what it stands for?
No.
Goes nowhere, does nothing.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard that before. Yeah.
And there was I think it's either season 2 or season 3 where they get Chekhov.
He comes in season 2.
Season 2, and like I wouldn't have noticed, but he was supposed to replace Sulu. Because George Takei got like some movies or something. He was like,
Yeah.
And so they filmed a lot of his stuff like in one day of him just like sitting at the control panel, like looking left, looking right, nodding, pressing some buttons. And then they just threw all that in. Like, just to...
Really?
Yeah. So a lot of that is like, he did that in like 1 or 2 days.
That's awesome.
That kind of stuff I like.
Yeah. I love that show. Like when I watched it the first time, I watched it took me forever, but I was just watching it when I got a chance.
Dude, that pilot episode is rough to get through.
It is, yeah.
Jeebus.
Yeah, I don't know why I had to even watch it.
You didn't?
I just wanted to.
Yeah, it's the completest.
Yeah. And that's why I'm going back, because the first time I watched the original series, I was watching all of it, and I think I got to the beginning of season 2, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna like get a list of like the key episodes, and did that for like seasons 2 and 3.
Yeah, you can kind of.
And then I watched all the movies. So, but now I want to just watch it all, watch all the movies again, and then start Next Generation and watch all that, which is.
Did you ever watch
like
that?
Even more.
That documentary for Leonard Nimoy?
Just watched it. Just finished it last night.
Did you cry?
No.
God, why?
Because I knew he died.
Well, yeah, that's the. Dude, I like.
I liked it a lot. It was a good documentary.
So good. I cried so much.
Yeah.
I cry a lot.
Yeah, you do. But anyway, the new show, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what Star Trek on TV looks like today. Like what a Star Trek TV show looks like in 2017.
But aren't they putting it on something I won't be able to watch? Like a...
Yeah, but I'll get it. Like, it's just like a service, like a subscription thing. I think it's like $5.99 or some shit. I'll just pay that, watch it, and then delete it.
That's why it's so expensive.
What?
They're trying to... They put it on streaming service so they could pay for it.
Yeah. So Rainn Wilson is in the show as Harry Mudd. You remember Mudd's Women? That episode, the early season 1 episode? Like
no.
The guy, how far are you into it? You're watching it now.
I can't remember.
It's like the 4th or 5th or 6th or something. Really early episode. There's this guy with a mustache, and he has these 3 women that are beautiful and everything, and like they've got these like these pills that they take that turn them beautiful or whatever.
I think I remember.
This character is in Star Trek Discovery, and it's played by Rainn Wilson from The Office. And so he's in the trailer.
The show takes place before Captain Kirk?
Before the original
Spock
series, yeah.
Start broing out?
Yeah. Spock's father's in it, Sarek.
Smock. Yeah,
Smock. All right, so now we can get into the Marvel and DC stuff. Marvel TV. Let's talk about that.
Nah.
Did you see the new Defenders trailer?
Yes.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
Stan Lee?
Oh no, that was cool too.
Oh, is there something different?
There's another full trailer. The one you're talking about is cool. They kind of like.
Let me guess. You didn't cry during the Stan Lee one.
No, but it was awesome.
God damn it!
I cry at sad things.
It's like, it's not that it was sad. It was just beautiful and awesome.
I know it was, and I liked it a lot.
He's talking, and there's the characters, but Dude, I don't get it either. If that, I don't know.
That helps things. Why are you getting mad at me for not crying? For having a normal human reaction, going, "Oh, this is awesome." So going, "Oh." But no, there was a full trailer for Defenders, and it looks pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Nobody has a costume except for Daredevil.
Yeah, but there's more of Daredevil in the costume in the trailer this time, though.
Yeah.
But also, Iron Fist has, like, I think he's got, like, a yellow shirt with, like, a green jacket, and, like, it's open-chested where you can see his tattoo, so it looks cool.
Okay.
At least he looks like he belongs there. Critics have seen the first 4 episodes.
Okay.
It's mixed. You know, somebody that I know that saw it said it was really good, said the 3rd episode is great, they really liked it, all the characters are great, but it's kind of mixed. Some people are saying that the story is not quite up to snuff to bring these 4 characters together, but everyone's saying that all 4 of the heroes are good, even Iron Fist.
Okay.
So that's what really matters to me.
So it was basically just the people working on Iron Fist in the first one. It's kind of what it seems like. Who
are now in charge of Inhumans. But, I mean, it's funny that you mentioned that. Good on you, because that segues nicely into the next story. The head of Marvel TV, Jeff Loeb, has announced that, first of all, they've renewed Iron Fist for Season 2.
Good.
But then they got a new showrunner.
All right.
So that's even better. It's Raven Metzner, who did I think he was really involved with the show Sleepy Hollow. Mm-hmm. He was also involved with a show called Falling Skies, which I liked. I think he was involved in a season of that as a writer-producer. Mm-hmm. But he also wrote Elektra. But that was like 10, 12 years ago. He's got if you haven't improved in 10 or 12 years. But anyway, yeah, so...
That says something about us.
Yeah. Says a whole lot. Yes, I mean, anything is an improvement, because the guy that did that, and he's doing the same thing with Inhumans now, you can just tell it's not exciting, Inhumans. It doesn't look as cool as Inhumans should, and he has some fucking problem with masks or some shit. No mask on Iron Fist, no mask on Black Bolt. It just doesn't look interesting. They've got a giant teleporting dog.
Why does Black Bolt need a mask?
Because it looks cool. Because it has it in the comics. That might be his
reasoning. If it just looks cool.
Well, he's afraid of anything looking cool. Because they're fucking dumb.
Well, I know that.
I don't know, man. I don't get this. Just the things that work the things that are successful these days, the things that are doing well, are the things that are true to the comic books, true to the source. Everything that people are loving, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Wonder Woman, the Avengers, all them MCU stuff, the CW's shows with Arrow and all that stuff. The things that people love these days, Daredevil, all those things that people love are the things that are true to the source material.
You know what's kind of funny?
The fact that people in 2017 haven't learned that fucking lesson by now is baffling. Go ahead.
You know what's funny? Like, when Carla and I are watching, like, a movie or a show, and, like, she can kind of pick out, like, this is probably going to make him cry in a second, and she kind of looks at me.
Yeah.
But then when it's something that's not a superhero movie or superhero show, she'll kind of look at me like, are you not going to... I was like, no, why? They're not... Nobody's wearing a cape. Nobody's... like, literally, that's it. I'm like, nobody's wearing a mask. Nobody's... Why would I cry during this?
And that's why you did not cry during Iron Fist. I did, but for different reasons. But yeah, so they're saying that Iron Fist is going to grow up.
Okay.
And he kind of finds himself throughout the first season of Iron Fist and now Defenders. Mm-hmm. Here's a quote. I didn't even write who said this fucking quote. I think it might be Finn Jones. Said at the end of Iron Fist, Danny doesn't even know what a superhero is. That's true. He was missing for 15 years. He was in Kunlun and all that stuff. He doesn't know what a superhero is. He missed the last 10 years of the MCU. Mm-hmm. So then to suddenly be interacting with these 3 characters, they really make him kind of wise up and come to terms with his responsibilities a lot more. From the beginning, where we see Danny in Iron Fist, where he ends up in the Defenders, he has made that complete origin arc. He has shed his immature self. The idea is, in the Defenders, he has, in a sense, become the Iron Fist.
Okay.
So that's cool.
I like him.
Yeah. He's not bad. It's just he didn't have enough prep for all the martial arts stuff, and the writing was terrible.
That's definitely problem with it.
Yeah.
What was I gonna
Misty
say?
Knight's going to appear in season 2 of Iron Fist. And,
Something that's really important to me, I hope that they get, is the friendship, the bromance between Iron Fist and Luke Cage. I just really hope
I kind of see a little bit of that developing in the actors themselves in interviews and stuff like that, because the first time they met were like
best buds.
Yeah, they didn't meet until started working on this show and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm seeing that kind of develop. I'm excited about that. Well, here's what I would do, because Misty Knight's going to be in season 2 of Iron Fist, and so hopefully we'll start to see the forming of like the daughters of dragons with like her and Colleen Wing.
Does she need a man?
She don't need a man. But here's the thing, dude. What if instead of like they do season 2 of Iron Fist, which they're doing,
right?
Season 2 of Luke Cage, which they're doing, then after that, pair them each up. Heroes for Hire,
right?
With those two taking the place of like a Luke Cage,
yeah,
and then the Daughters of Dragons show with Colleen Wing and Misty Knight kind of taking the Iron Fist place. And then you still have 2 shows, but you're flipping it to where the girls are on one show, the guys are on one show, and they could both interact because obviously they all know each other and they all appear in each other's shows and
it's not
all
a
that
bad
stuff.
idea.
I would do that. So that way you still have these new shows and everything, but not take up any more real estate on Netflix and in the production schedules and stuff. Because now they have, they still have Punisher, they still have Jessica Jones, they still have Daredevil. And hopefully one day they'll add a new show to that lineup. And I want it to be Moon Knight. But I would also love to see She-Hulk, Ghost Rider.
When She-Hulk can she go back and forth between being quote-unquote human and...
I don't know much about She-Hulk.
Neither do I.
I know that she gets her powers from, she's in an accident, needs a blood transfusion. The only person that can give it to her is Bruce Banner.
Oops.
And, yeah, well...
I
like he wouldn't figure that would happen. Like I don't know, but he gives her the blood. She becomes She-Hulk.
I feel like though she still retained all her like, she can still like speak like.
Yeah, she definitely has all of her like mental faculties and all that stuff.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. Like she's a lawyer or something, right?
Which would be perfect in the Netflix world to cross over with Daredevil.
Yeah.
But also, she does stuff related to metahumans and stuff.
That would just be fun to see those two like in a courtroom, like on the same side.
Yeah.
Just shuffling through papers like she's giant and green. He's like looking around like he's got his glasses.
He's just feeling all the stuff.
She just hands him something to be nice.
Yeah. I would love it. All right. We talked about Inhumans. It looks like shit. They released a new trailer. It's better. Still looks like shit. It looks cheap. Like it's the exact opposite of what we talked about Star Trek. Star Trek looks expensive. This looks cheap as shit. It looks like they just like none of it looks like it's supposed. Part of it's supposed to be on the moon. Have you seen anything in any of these trailers that go, that looks like it's set on the moon?
I almost thought you were about to say, have you ever seen the moon?
Have you ever seen the moon? Doesn't look like that.
It don't look like no damn moon.
Literally, the only redeeming thing this show has going for it. I think the actor that plays Black Bolt is good. And the actor that plays Maximus. I'm just going to keep going. All right, so Inhumans is really going to let me down. Especially because it's going to come after Defenders. Defenders comes out in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm excited.
How many episodes? I heard it's like only 8.
It's only 8.
All right.
Yeah, but still.
They fight a bunch of ninjas, right?
Yeah. I think Punisher's probably going to be in it.
Okay. Is he going to shoot some dudes?
Hell yeah. Shit, yeah, he is.
Shit, yeah. I am a little like I'm a little weary of people who like that's their favorite superhero.
Punisher?
Yeah. It's like
yeah. He's not my favorite. He's fucking awesome, but he's not my favorite.
Yeah, I'm just always like, all right, just keep your eye on those.
Keep your eye on those guys.
Yeah, if they're like all about it.
I'm all about Punisher. Yeah, that Defenders promo was pretty cool. The greatest stories ever told thing.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I cried.
Because yeah, I know you did. Stan Lee has not ever really had an actual cameo in any of these Netflix shows. He's been a picture on the wall in various things as like this particular cop. But so this was really cool in this trailer. And the trailer at the end of the trailer, it did give us a new look at the Punisher. The very end.
What if Stan Lee beats Thanos?
Then they did their job.
If they want to make $14 billion, all the other heroes are on the ground, wounded. Stan Lee.
In a Hulkbuster. The Hulkbuster's in that trailer. The
God.
Avengers Infinity War trailer.
Dude. Goosebumps?
Tears.
Goosebumps.
So yeah, they also
You don't need no
showed...
Hulkbuster. He just pops at him and says, "Fuck you," and just
Fuck you, Spider Friend. Punches Thanos in the nuts. So they
no,
showed.
he puts on the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, and punches him in the nuts.
Oh,
They showed a Punisher trailer at Comic-Con, but did not release it online. Unfortunately,
it's a good idea. You don't want to let
sounded
everyone know.
sounded very Punisher-y though.
Yeah.
Noah Hawley, guy who created Legion, he revealed that he's working on a Doctor Doom movie for Fox. Yep. He said he was basically they did their whole panel for Legion, and we'll talk a little bit about Legion in a second. But he said I'll just say 2 words. He's like, I'm developing a movie for Fox.
That's a lot more than 2 words.
I'll just say 2 words. The first one is Doctor. The next one is Doom. And I've seen some speculation that maybe he's just working on the next Fantastic Four movie. But I think for him to say, because Fantastic Four is 2 words, why can't he say those 2 words? I think he's doing something Doctor Doom centric. And while
How many more times are they gonna fuck up that character?
plenty,
Plenty.
but the thing is,
That's probably
the thing
the best. Plenty.
the thing that fucking pisses me off is that, like, I like Noah Hawley, and I want to hate anything to do with anything that Fox is doing with Fantastic Four, but I like Noah Hawley. I think he's doing great work on Legion. Fargo was great. Like, I'm really excited the work he's doing on TV. Maybe, I mean, he's just developing it. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't officially mean it's greenlit or they're making it or anything like that. He's just working on a script at this point. There's also, talk about, remember we were talking about the spin-off, now, that other Fantastic Four kid-friendly thing they were talking about. Now it sounds more along the lines of like a spin-off about Franklin Richards, specifically the son of theirs. which, dude, if they cannot get the 4 members of Fantastic Four right, what makes them think they can get any of these other
Let's
characters
go ahead
right?
and jump into the future and
Convoluted it even more.
But like, of which, just a whole new continuity?
Yeah.
Yeah, that ought to.
I think that's what it would be.
This is like the Aunt May movie.
Yeah.
Who cares?
No, this is not like the Aunt May movie. Because these characters are good in the comics. But it's not going to be good on film with Fox. Marvel could maybe pull something like this off. Fox can't.
I'll bet you Marvel could do an Aunt May movie that I would want to see.
Yeah.
But like, not like the... She's playing it now.
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, not like her though. I'm talking about like an old Aunt May.
Like Sally Field.
Older.
Oh, whatever her name was in the Sam Raimi movies.
Yeah, like her doing karate.
Yeah.
They could make that awesome.
Yeah.
They
should do that, actually. All right.
I believe there's a hero in all of us.
Yeah, so Seth Graham-Smith apparently is rumored to be writing that spinoff with Franklin Richards. He's the guy that did like the Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, I believe, and Abe Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, those sorts of things. He was attached to The Flash for a while for DC, but that ended up... He eventually was going to direct that, too, but he left that project. And now he's working on this one, which probably won't happen. And if it does, it'll probably suck. It might not even be his fault. It's just Fox's fault. So Noah Hawley also revealed that they're working on bringing David Haller's father to Legion, which, as we all know, is Charles Xavier. Dan Stevens, the actor that plays Legion, says that he has asked Patrick Stewart to reprise the role for the show. So that'll be interesting. They're talking about figuring out how to someday bring him into that, because he doesn't know who his father is in the show. So it'll be interesting when they finally do explore that stuff. They cast Saeed Tajmawi something. Tajmawi. He's the actor from Wonder Woman that played Samir, one of the Howling Commando guys that we always like to use that phrase to explain him. So he's been cast as the real form of Amal Farouk, who was the Shadow King, who was a big part of the first season, but we don't really saw him in different forms. He takes different forms and stuff. And in season 1, he was played for at least a portion of season 1 by Aubrey Plaza, and she was great as the Shadow King. That was really cool. But this guy is the real form of the Shadow King, when he became Shadow King and everything. So I'm really excited to see this guy join the show, and I think he's a good fit for that role. All right, let's get into the MCU proper. Captain Marvel. Did you see that stuff?
No.
First look image of... I think it's just concept art, but it shows what Brie Larson's going to look like as Captain Marvel. Costume.
Okay.
Looks pretty good. Also, some new info on it. Did you hear anything about this?
Heard a little bit. 90s?
And we set in the 90s.
So does that mean, is she going to...
She's going to predate Iron Man.
I do like how they spread it all out.
Yeah.
Like, all these heroes have been around.
They've done a brilliant job of, like, expanding this universe. Like, there's a history to the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
That I like. Nick Fury's going to be in it. And he's going to have 2 eyes. So we're probably going to see how he lost his eye, finally.
Oh.
Well, you know what happened.
Yeah, but
it's not like a spoiler.
Still sad.
Not really. He's done well for himself. Just can't see anything going on over here.
Walking around, minding his own damn business, just trying to look at things with both eyes, and someone has to fuck it up.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how they explain it, though, in the MCU. It's an important thing.
Do you know anything about her, like, how she got her powers? Was she born that way?
I don't know how they're going to do it for the movies. I think her powers and stuff involve the original Captain Marvel. I think it's kind of similar to a Green Lantern type thing.
Okay.
But, I don't know much about Captain Marvel at all. I know she was Miss Marvel before she became Captain Marvel.
So does it stop her from aging at all? Like, is she going to be
That's what I don't know. Like, because she's going to be like 20 almost 30 years, depending on when in the 90s. 20 to 30 years, later is when we're going to see her the next time, when she finally crosses over with the mainstream MCU, like probably in Avengers 4.
That's interesting.
But anyway, they also announced that the villains of this movie are the Skrulls.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So do you think anyone in our current MCU is a Skrull? Because if they're setting it up from back then...
Dude, they could do... Dude, I haven't even thought about this yet, but Avengers 4 has not been named. We don't know what it's called. We don't know what it's about. If they do like a secret invasion thing, that would be awesome. What if they kill, like, I don't know, Captain America or something in Avengers 3, in Infinity War, and then we find out that was a Skrull, and he was captured when he went off on the run. Him and Black Widow were captured or whatever, and this bearded and blonde, the beard and the blonde were Skrulls. That would be cool.
Do you? I've read some. Do you think Nick Fury could be a Skrull?
He'd be a good person for it. He's also been missing for a while. We don't know what's going on with him.
Do you think Iron Man could be one?
From the beginning?
Not from the very beginning,
but at some point.
At the end of Avengers, when he was taking the missile up through the thing in space.
If someone just grabbed him and just threw a Skrull down?
What if they just got him and they put...
Well, those were the Chitauri, not the Skrulls.
Whatever. Still in space.
Oh, space people look alike to you?
Yeah.
All right. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay, hang on. Give me your top 3 who you think could possibly be a Skrull.
I like the 3 we named, honestly. Okay. Captain America, Black Widow, and Nick Fury are great. Okay. Are great ones to speculate about. Like, they're great theories.
You don't think they would do Hawkeye again, do you?
I hope they don't.
Yeah.
I hope they don't.
I kind of like him just being able to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of everybody, he's gotten the least opportunity to be that character.
Right.
He was underserved in the first Avengers.
Yeah.
He just had before that, it was just a cameo in Thor. Mm-hmm. We didn't see him again until Avengers 2. Mm-hmm. And he got some room to breathe. And then he was in Civil War as well. But, yeah, of the main 6 Avengers, he's definitely been the most underserved.
Yeah.
Probably aside from Hulk.
Yeah, but for different reasons.
Yeah, Hulk was written out of the story at the end of Avengers 2. Uh-huh. And we'll get to Hulk.
We get to Hulk.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Footage was shown, not released. It was a lot of... I think it was maybe a little footage, but I think it was a lot of like concept art and stuff. Mm-hmm. Giant Man's returning.
Good.
In the movie. That's good.
Good.
I heard something about Hank Pym possibly suiting up.
Uh-oh.
In this movie. Maybe he suits up to go... when they go to get...
Oh, no.
The original Janet Van Dyne, the original Wasp.
I can already see where this is going.
Who is being played by Michelle Pfeiffer, they announced.
Yeah.
That's cool casting.
Oh no.
You think Hank's gonna die?
Yeah.
Let's just.
I mean, suiting up at that age, it's gonna be suiting up one last time type shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
All
might
right.
be. But I kind of don't. You're right. I kind of don't want it to be like the one last time. Like, he's going in to save Janet, and what if he doesn't make it out? He helps get Janet out, but
That's what's gonna happen.
Damn
He's
it.
gonna kind of like trade places type shit.
like the Speed Force.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh man.
you bum me the fuck out. All right, they added some new other aside from Michelle Pfeiffer, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, DC people are coming over to Marvel now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there more? I mean, this is the second. I mean, I'm thinking from the Tim Burton Batman movies where you talk, Michael Keaton. Now her. We've never seen Jack Nicholson or Danny DeVito in
I don't know if
these
we're ever gonna see Jack Nicholson.
in the MCU.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Probably
one.
not. I think he's mostly retired.
Danny
acting.
DeVito should play.
I think there was a new thing he was doing.
Who would you have Danny DeVito play?
Oh, what's that dude's name? MODOK.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah,
He'd be-
or Peter Dinklage.
But have him play it as.
Peter Dinklage was cast as he was cast in Avengers Infinity War. We don't know who he's playing yet.
You should have Danny DeVito play MODOK as like he plays Frank Reynolds.
God, I love it. Okay, so other cast members joining Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hannah John Kamen is going to play a character named the Ghost. I think it's a villain. Walton Goggins from Justified. He's an awesome actor. I love that guy. He's going to play Sonny Birch. Randall Park from Straight Off the Boat. And he was in The Interview. He played Kim Jong-il in that.
Fresh off the boat.
Fresh off the... What did I say?
Straight off the boat.
I don't care. Yeah, fresh off the boat. You're right. Anyway, Randall Park is playing S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Jimmy Woo. And another guy jumping from DC to Marvel. And this is a current DC guy.
Ben Affleck.
No. Lawrence Fishburne is playing Dr. Bill Foster, who in the comics is Goliath.
Okay.
Or Black Goliath, I think he originally was.
Mm-hmm.
He was the second Giant Man and the fourth Goliath.
Okay.
He eventually just went by Goliath, and I hope that's, if he does end up becoming Goliath, that's just what he goes by. And he's the one that died in Civil War.
That's right.
But I'm really excited that they're including that. Like, I never thought about them bringing a character on that level to the MCU. I don't know if he's going to become that character in these movies, but how awesome would it be if he became that character in, like, Avengers 4 or whatever? Like, they need all hands on deck, and then just like Infinity War, every character that they've introduced before, they need them.
Mm-hmm.
They showed a Black Panther trailer that wasn't released. There was a new poster for that looks really cool with Black Panther standing on top of that giant panther statue and everything, and you can see Wakanda laid out below.
Scary.
Looks
There's
awesome.
no railing.
No railing. And then they showed a Thor Ragnarok trailer, which they released us. They released to us. Thank God we got to see this one. What did you think of this trailer?
I loved it.
It's great.
This is the way he's. Not that I don't think he was doing a good job before, but this is the way he should be playing Thor all the ways.
Yeah,
Just
he
a
looks
little
awesome
dumb
in this. Yeah,
and very lovable.
yeah.
I loved when what is the bit? Like we had a fight. It's like, did I win? No, I won
No, I won.
easily.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, it's true.
It's so good. I love that stuff. This trailer kind of picked up where the last one left off.
Yeah.
In a really cool way. It's kind of him telling the story or whatever. There's
Telling
a lot
Bruce.
of telling Bruce. Yeah, you don't know. No,
That's who he's talking to.
Yeah, it's really cool. You don't know at first who he's talking. I mean, it's pretty obvious who he's talking to.
Bruce.
But yeah, Hulk.
Oh.
And so you see, we actually see Bruce Banner himself in this. Dude, Hulk has been the Hulk for 2 years. They said that at the panel, when Hulk left Earth, he actually left Earth at the end of Age of Ultron, which was speculated at the time, but we weren't sure. He left Earth, and he has been Hulk for 2 years. He hasn't turned back into Bruce Banner.
Fuck.
And the version of Hulk, as you see, he can talk now.
Yeah, he talks pretty good.
Yeah, they say he talks like a 2-year-old
Well,
because he's been Hulk for 2 years. So he kind of has that
Fair
kind of
enough.
talk. But that Hulk talking, that was awesome. Like, we've heard him talk before, like little things, but this is the first time he's complete sentences and stuff. And like,
thoughts.
Yeah.
Quips, kind of.
And just chilling, not being angry, but still being the Hulk.
Yeah, just kind of sitting with Thor, just hanging.
That was
I loved
awesome.
how Thor was sitting with him, just like, we're just a couple of hotheads, you and I, just
Yeah.
just kind of hanging out, being
Like
buds.
like Hulk like fire. Thor like water.
Well, we're
Both like fire. But Hulk raging fire.
Oh.
Thor smoldering fire.
Thor's just like, no, I don't.
And then that last shot of the trailer, like the trailer was fine and it was a lot of cool stuff going on, but those last few seconds of the trailer were great. Hulk jumping at Surtur and everything.
Is that what that giant thing is?
Giant fire monster Surtur from the comics and everything. That's really cool. Clancy Brown is going to be doing the voice of Surtur. Another DC guy, because he does the voice of Lex Luthor and all the animated stuff they used to do. Yeah, they released. They also did some a couple new posters. A great new poster. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
That one looks
The one where it's all
really
Jeff
cool.
Goldblum?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about?
I've seen that version too. That version is preferable.
I saw it and like the caption was like, there, fixed it.
Yeah, I love when people do that. All right, so now finally we'll move on to DC. DC is the last chunk of stuff we got to talk about this week. DC TV. Jeff Johns revealed on Twitter that work has officially begun on Titans, the live-action Titans show that's going to be on the CW streaming service, or on the WB streaming service, or the Warner Brothers DC streaming service. Specifically, it's specifically DC related.
Mm-hmm.
Deadline has revealed that it's going to be the season 1's going to get a 13-episode order. We still don't know much. We know that it's going to have 4 of the big Teen Titans that most people know from the Nightwing,
Robin or whatever.
Nightwing. No, it's supposed to be Nightwing from what I hear. It's supposed to be Nightwing. It's not Teen Titans. It's just Titans. So that's
Batmite?
No, it's supposed to be, from what I've heard, the names that I've heard, the only names that I've heard are Nightwing, Raven, Starfire, and Beast Boy. But those are 4 characters that I love and would like to see.
That's expensive.
Beast Boy's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Starfire, yeah, they're all kind of expensive except for Nightwing.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck it, do the same thing that Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery is the first show for a
I just want to
streaming
watch
service.
Star Trek Discovery though.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be able.
You're
to.
gonna want to watch this too. It's a streaming service for this too.
Fine.
Shit, you use my Netflix account. Why aren't you gonna use my account for these? All right, but here's my thing. Put this show in the same universe as the CW shows.
Is it not?
We don't know. It's not on the CW, but they can, because it's a streaming service. I think they could probably do whatever they want with it.
Here's probably the reason. I mean, it still doesn't make any fucking sense. If they were to say, okay, this is connected to Arrow and Flash, that would mean that in those shows, Batman exists, and for whatever reason, they're afraid to.
Here's the thing: we know Batman exists in this on Supergirl's Earth.
Uh-huh.
So the world of Titans could exist on the same Earth as Supergirl.
Yeah.
As opposed to the Arrow and Flash and Legends of Tomorrow world.
Mm-hmm. I really
and then
wonder
Black
why
Lightning
they don't.
could be a different world altogether, or it could be on Arrow's world.
I can't wait for the Flash to come back.
Yeah. Well, we got some Flash news. We want to talk about that.
Yep.
I'm
going to be live tweeting a bunch during this season.
Of Flash?
Oh, yeah.
Right on. Yeah, just put it all together in the same universe.
What, like it's hard?
Let's keep going down the list here that I got. CW released a Where Heroes Are Born trailer that had just kind of all the superhero shows. Kind of had all the superhero shows stuff in there.
Or Dark Alley.
Yeah, same difference. And it featured some new Black Lightning footage. James Remar, who played Dexter's father on Dexter, he's joining the show as Black Lightning's friend, father figure, and costume maker. Peter Gamby is the character name. Damon Gupton from a show called Criminal Minds will play Inspector Henderson, who's like he's gonna kind of probably be like a Quentin Lance type character, where he's like kind of against him and eventually becomes an ally.
Mm-hmm.
Supergirl season 3 was a trailer. It was released. Did you see that?
No.
It's kind of dark, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, Kara Danvers no more. Like, she's kind of saying Kara Danvers was a mistake. And you get to see a quick glimpse of Erica Durance as Allura. Lois Lane from Smallville is replacing Laura Benanti, who played her mother in the first 2 seasons. She wasn't available anymore, so Lois Lane is Supergirl's mother now.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like when they recast characters like that,
Yeah.
especially one that's been around
Why
for
not
2
just
seasons.
not write that character for a
I don't
while?
know. I don't know.
Have the Lois Lane play someone else.
I know.
Just
Like, I want her in the show. Don't get me wrong.
yeah, just have her
But
play someone else.
I'm not really a fan of
Have her play Lois for
recasting and stuff. Yeah, oh my god, that'd be amazing.
I mean,
Like,
stupid.
they have also added Adrian Pasdar from Heroes, and he was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a couple seasons recently, as Morgan Edge, a villain from the comics. Carl Lumley, who played the voice of Martian Manhunter on the Justice League cartoons, is going to play Martian Manhunter's father.
Okay.
Myron Jones.
Got it.
I don't know. It's like M''YRNN. I don't know how to pronounce these goddamn Russian names. Yale Grobeglass from Jane the Virgin is going to play a mind-controlling villain named Psy. Emma Tremblay from Elysium and The Giver is going to play Ruby, a girl who looks up to Supergirl that gets her into trouble. And Kat Grant, Callista Flockhart, is going to appear in the premiere and reoccur in Season 3. Legends of Tomorrow Season 3, there was a new trailer that was mostly footage from Season 1 with a little bit of new stuff snuck in there. I thought that was kind of sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that. But there was some stuff with, like, the Barnum and Bailey circus going on. They're going to be visiting that. And what's that guy's name? Billy Zane is playing, I think, P.T. Barnum. And in this shot, in the trailer, you see in the background a couple of acrobats doing flips. They're wearing the Robin costume, which is pretty cool. They tease the new villain. They do some Titanic jokes, blah, 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 all that. It was a kind of boring trailer that was mostly the game watching it was playing, oh, I've seen that before,
Yeah.
kind of thing. But the Robin thing was really cool. That was the thing that stuck out to me the most. That was awesome. Captain Cold and Damien Dark are both going to appear again this season, so
Good.
they're going to be coming back, so I like those characters. Season 6 trailer of Arrow. They're kind of... Did you catch up on Arrow?
Almost.
Oh. Do it.
All right.
Anyway, the cliffhanger left on the season 5 finale left on a cliffhanger. And so they've kind of not really revealing too much. You're only seeing certain characters are appearing in the trailer, so as not to spoil anything. Someone, I'm sure, got.
Okay.
But multiple people have the potential to have got based on the way the season ended. But, the trailer has a lot of, Canary versus Canary stuff. Black Siren versus Black Canary. Black Canary gets a new costume this season, which looks really cool. Probably my favorite. No, it's my favorite Black Canary costume they've done so far.
All right, good.
Deathstroke is in it and stuff, and they're going to be doing a Deathstroke 2-parter episode this season with flashbacks. Because they're not doing the island flashbacks anymore, so they can use those on other characters and, explore other characters in a really interesting way. And also stuff about Oliver being a dad to his son, William Clayton. No one else is really shown in the trailer, though. They also announced that Michael Emerson, who played Ben Linus on Lost, and he was also in Person of Interest, he's joining the cast this season. Thinking he's playing the leader of Helix. Remember the hacktivist group that Felicity's working with? And, like, they help her save the leader or whatever. Like, he was a hostage or whatever. And, like, in that, he had a bag over his head so you couldn't see him. I'm thinking this is going to be who Michael Emerson is going to be playing that character. The Flash Season 4 trailer. Little bit disappointing for me.
Is it available to watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a little bit disappointing to me. It didn't feel like a Season 4 trailer. It felt like next week on The Flash kind of thing. And it was a lot. It all looked like it was from the same episode, which I'm sure most of these things were. All things from one episode. But they did a good job of making it look like, look at all the cool shit that's happening this season. Whereas this one's just like, what are they doing this week? What's the Star Labs gang up to this week? Which is fine. I love the Star Labs gang. I love to see what they're up to. But, yeah, it just felt like a promo for regular. Didn't really get to see... Now, spoiler alert. If you didn't see Season 3, the way it ended, I will say spoiler alert now. Barry Allen walked into the Speed Force.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Harrison.
No. Barry Allen went to the Speed Force, and, they've been without Barry Allen this time.
Does it say how long is between...
It's usually close to real time between seasons. Although usually, like, Arrow is going to pick up right after, I'm sure. Like, for cliffhangers, they do that sort of thing a lot, where they'll pick up right after, and then they'll solve that, and then they'll jump ahead in time or something. Or they'll jump ahead between episodes 1 and 2 or something. But Flash, spoiler alert, there have been set pics of Keenan Lonsdale in the
costume?
In the Flash costume.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but that's not in this trailer. He's wearing the Kid Flash costume. So yeah, that was kind of a bummer. But they're adding an actor named Neil Sandilands. It looks like Neil Sandilands from the 100 as Clifford DeVoe, the Thinker, which is the villain that was teased by Savitar last season. He's going to be the next big bad. The first time it's not a speedster. They're talking this season's going to be the fastest man alive versus the fastest mind alive, which is cool. An actress named Kim Engelbrecht from Dominion on the Sci-Fi Channel is going to play his engineer assistant, the mechanic. I like this. Danny Trejo is going to be joining the cast of Flash Season 4 as Breacher, Gypsy's bounty hunter father.
Uh-oh.
And so him and Cisco.
I don't know, Cisco.
That's going to be fun.
I don't know, buddy.
Machete versus Vibe. Let's do this. Now this wasn't. This was reported last week before San Diego Comic-Con, and they didn't say anything about it. But I've been hearing Ralph Dibny, a.k.a. the Elongated Man, is going to be appearing in Season 4 of The Flash. I like Elongated Man and Plastic Man and Mr. Fantastic, those kind of stretchy characters. I love those kind of characters. I'm curious. I want to see that. The Flash would be a great place for a character like Elongated Man.
Have you ever read Identity Crisis?
Yeah. He plays a big part in that one.
Yeah. That's a good...
Yeah.
Do you remember how it ends?
I think so.
If you got to do what I did. Like, I read it. I loved it. And then, like, I forgot about it for a few years.
Yeah.
And couldn't remember how it ended.
Yeah.
I opened it and I read it again, and I was like, oh, thank God I forgot. Because it's such a great ending.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've forgotten. So I'll pick it up again and read it again.
You can't remember?
Now that I'm thinking about it, no. I remember loving it. I've read it before.
Awesome.
Like, I think I probably read it twice like you.
Do you have it?
I don't think so.
Because I have it. I'll bring it next week.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They could do it because they have a lot of the characters.
Yeah.
They have Flash, Arrow, they have the Atom.
They could pretty much do any storyline because they have enough characters. All right. Finally, we're at the DCEU. So this is the last chunk of stuff. Well, there's a bunch of stuff to talk about. 2 release dates for mystery DCEU films have been announced in 2020, the February 14th and June 5th in 2020. So we don't know what they are yet, but perhaps one of them might be Shazam. They've Shazam is the next DCEU movie that's going to shoot after Aquaman. Production is going to begin in February.
Who's going to be Shazam?
We don't know yet.
Captain Marvel.
We do know that they're not going to call it Captain Marvel.
No, they don't got the stones for it.
They're going to call him Captain DC. David F. Sandberg, who directed Lights Out and the upcoming Annabelle creation, has confirmed that he's directing. He told Kevin Smith on the Kevin Smith was doing the whole thing on the IMDb yacht. And it's kind of funny that he just kind of said it. Like he was like, "Yeah, I'm doing a Shazam," and they were just like, "Is that news?" Or like he just kind of let it out. Like it was weird. But yeah, he's doing it. Jeff Johns confirmed that Dwayne Johnson is not in this movie, which is like, why the fuck not? You have The Rock.
I thought he was playing the main villain.
As Black Adam. They're just saying that Black Adam's not going to be in this movie.
Let's see.
I don't know why. I have no earthly idea why they wouldn't do Black Adam in this movie. Especially considering The Rock has been cast as Black Adam longer than Henry Cavill has been cast as Superman. Like, he's been cast as Black Adam for a long, long time. And it's kind of ridiculous that now that they're finally doing the Shazam movie, he's not in it. They've talked before about doing a Black Adam solo movie and everything. That's dumb.
Who's he going to
fight? It's so stupid. I don't know.
Who cares?
No, Black Adam's supposed to be making his debut elsewhere, and they did say something. There has been teases of them saying, like, he might make his first appearance in a surprising place, sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
But,
a good movie?
I don't know. Maybe
Yes.
Justice League, dude. We don't know.
The movie's already got a lot going in.
So,
All right.
Shazam.
Yeah.
You could work him in the history of the world with the mother boxes, and you can work him in somewhere.
Yeah, they need to focus on one thing at a time. I feel like they look over at Marvel and they're like, we need to catch up.
Yeah.
But just take a breath.
Yeah.
Just do one at a time.
Well, they've already like thrown everything against the wall and all that stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
not all of it has worked out. But you know what? They've got the perfect reset button.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. They've officially confirmed that the Flash movie is going to be based on the Flashpoint storyline from the comics.
Now,
We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
A lot of people have talked about this.
They can reset it.
They can reset their whole universe, do it right.
Make it good.
But also, if they do the Flashpoint movie, if the Flashpoint movie is anything close to the Flashpoint story of the comic books,
You get
that's a fucking movie I want to see.
You would get what's his name? Negan.
Jeffrey
As
Dean
Batman.
Morgan as Thomas Wayne
Mhm.
as Batman. Maggie from The Walking Dead. Lauren Cohen
Wouldn't that be
as
funny? The
Martha
Joker.
Wayne
Yeah.
as the Joker in this alternate universe. If you don't know anything about the Flashpoint storyline, in the comics, Barry Allen decides to go back in time to save his mother
Mhm.
and creates an alternate universe. You
So
saw a
everyone
little
gives
bit
him a
about
lot of
this
shit for.
in the season 3 premiere
Mhm.
of the TV show, but it was nothing close to the story from the comic books.
Mhm.
And when talking about, there's been 3 seasons now, going to be 4, of a Flash TV show, what can you possibly do in the movie to make it different? This is what you do different.
Mhm.
You do Flashpoint, and you do it right.
Do you think though, does it tie into anything from Batman v Superman where he's talking to Batman?
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like him that little, when he appears, and like that looks like kind of like a dream
Bruce!
sequence. Yeah, it could possibly
Hey!
do that.
Bruce. It's like what?
Did he say
Hey!
Lois, or did
It was very vague.
he said she's the key or whatever?
she's the key, and you were right about him. Like real vague shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, because
It was assumed that he was talking about Lois and
what
Superman.
if he was super specific in that part?
Because it was Injustice, like that, everyone thought it might be a hint at the Injustice universe or whatever. Anyway, yeah, that would be awesome. Jeffrey Dean Morgan tweeted a picture of him and Lauren Cohen from the Walking Dead panel, and he just went, "Did you say Flashpoint?" I want it so bad.
Yeah.
Because like the Flashpoint world, it's all of the characters that have been cast so far. It has Cyborg is in it. He works
Right.
for the government.
He's got a big part.
Wonder Woman and Aquaman are at war. The whole thing is like a war between the Amazonians and the Atlanteans. Superman, when he first arrived on Earth, he was shoved in like a bunker somewhere and captured by the
You
government.
need to
And
do that Captain America CGI.
to Henry Cavill, just a skinny little Superman. That'd be awesome. And you wouldn't need Ben Affleck as Batman. You would need Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
You would need Jeffrey Dean Morgan, which would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Please, God, let them do that. At least that. I don't care if anything. I don't care if they do any of the other stuff, but I want to see the Flash and Thomas Wayne Batman together
Yeah.
in the story. Them being like
You'd have
part
to do
of
a
solving
reverse
it.
Flash then.
And then you could have that beautiful moment at the end of Flashpoint where
the letter?
I do cry
Yeah.
with the letter where Thomas Wayne gives the Flash a letter to give to his son in the alternate universe. And Bruce Wayne reads it, and you just see the little
Yeah.
teardrops falling on the letter when he says like your father, Thomas Wayne, kind of thing.
Cry like a bitch.
God, it's so good. They've officially announced the sequel to Wonder Woman 2.
Okay.
It's coming, and they didn't announce it during Comic-Con, but they just this week did announce the actual release date is December 13th, 2019.
You know what? Real quick, jumping back to the Flash.
Yeah.
That costume is growing on me.
It is, yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
At first, I realized I was like, but like after a while, I'm like, all right, I dig it.
yeah,
I
I'm
kinda
getting
like it
used
now.
to it, and I'm liking him a lot more as the character.
Yeah.
We'll get to that
Okay.
stuff in a minute.
Wonder Woman.
So Wonder Woman 2 is happening December 13th, 2019 is official, so it's not one of those 2 mystery release dates, which we still don't know what those are.
Mystery solved.
Here's the thing. DC, they said these are the films they're focusing on. They didn't do like an official slate of what's coming out when, but this is the movies they're working on. Wonder Woman 2, Batgirl, Shazam, Justice League, Aquaman, Green Lantern Corps, Cyborg, Flashpoint, The Batman, Suicide Squad 2, and Justice League Dark, which, good for Justice League Dark. I didn't know it was still on the list. But so that means movies that are not priorities for them right now that weren't on that list are Nightwing, even though we know Chris McKay is working on that. But the director of Lego Batman.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a Titans show, so I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out. Man of Steel 2, I'm just wondering if that's maybe because for some reason they're like, we'll wait until we officially reveal that Superman's coming back. We know he's coming back. It's not a surprise, whatever. And then Gotham City Sirens. Gotham City Sirens is not on that list, which after the things that David Ayer have said recently, I don't know if it's going to be on that list. But anyway, Joss Whedon's working on Batgirl. It's supposed to begin work on it next year in 2018. Mm-hmm. Jeff Johns stated about the Batman universe. He said that Batman is more than just Batman, and it's been way too long since we've seen an expression of that universe. And we are doing Batgirl with Joss Whedon. It's going to be super exciting. He's going to start the next year, and that's just the start. You're talking about, because Batman's corner of the DC universe can be its own universe, know? They should have been doing that for, the past 20 years. The fucked up thing is the only time they've ever explored the Bat family part of the universe is in the Joel Schumacher movies with Robin and Batgirl. Mm-hmm. And that was horrible. But they were the only ones to have the balls to try it. Christopher Nolan never did it. Yeah.
All right.
Get into that. Robin. Damian, all the Robins. Dick Grayson. Mm-hmm. Jason Todd. Make him Red Hood. Tim Drake. He can be Robin for a minute, then become Red Robin. Damian Wayne. That's awesome. Batgirl. Batwoman. Batwing. Ace the Bat Hound. I don't give a fuck. Do them all.
I'm mostly excited about Ace the Bat Hound.
Me too. So the real reason that, Joss Whedon can't start until 2018 is because he's working on Justice League. He is not going to be getting a co-director's credit. Mm-hmm. The way it works is, the Directors Guild are really kind of, particular, only one director gets credit kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Whedon's really going to fight for it. I think he's just going to, with the whole situation with Zack Snyder and everything. So one of the big stories coming out of Comic-Con, or leading into Comic-Con, was a lot of talk of Ben Affleck, of Warner Brothers ushering Ben Affleck out as
That seemed
Batman.
really quickly.
Yeah, but to be fair, if he was, I wouldn't be completely surprised based on, we've been hearing about it forever. People have been talking about Ben Affleck, wants to leave, wants out, and all this stuff. I don't know. But I don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. All I can tell you is what's being reported. That was rumored. It wasn't confirmed by anybody. They were just saying that they're ushering Ben Affleck out of the role after Justice League. But this is right after Matt Reeves said, just the week before, he's like, Ben is our Batman. We love him as Batman. We want him to keep him in the cowl as long as we can. Mm-hmm. Then, so Ben Affleck had to address the rumor during the Hall H panel for Justice League. He said, my status remains what it always was. I've done the 2 movies. I've always intended on doing a third if Warner's wants to make it. Mm-hmm. Certainly, if the bat phone rings, I'll answer it. He talked about, leaving as the director. I think it came off optically to the broader world like a lack of interest or enthusiasm, when in fact I love this character. He talked about, again, how hard it would be to direct the movie and star in it. It's hard enough to star in it.
Well, that specifically.
And direct it.
A normal movie you could direct.
No, he's done plenty of normal movies where he starred in them as well.
But in those movies, he's wearing t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah, he's not wearing a fucking bat suit.
Right.
50-pound rubber suit. It's ridiculous. And even before that, I was like, how is he gonna do that?
I didn't think about that until we brought it up, and I was like, oh yeah. I'm not mad at him.
It's a good point, and he's saying that he thinks all this started when he decided to leave the movie. Mm-hmm. But then again. So now he's saying he wants to still do it. He's saying, I'd love to do it as long as they'll have me. Eventually it'll be somebody else, and I'm sure they'll get somebody great. But while I'm doing it, I'm going to do the best job I can and really appreciate how lucky I am. Mm-hmm. He said something about, for Matt Reeves, I'd get on the ground. I was like, I'd be a fucking ape on the ground for Matt Reeves, and let alone Batman. So everything he's saying sounds great. But then again, he did say on the Jimmy Kimmel show earlier this year, when there were all these rumors of him leaving the director's chair and stuff, he said on Jimmy Kimmel that he's directing the Batman, and then a couple days later it was revealed that he's not directing it anymore. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, this could always change. I hope it doesn't. I want him to be Batman for as long as
Who would have thought he'd be
possible.
Everyone's favorite Batman?
Yeah. I like Ben Affleck a lot, but like, I mean, I'm not a huge diehard Ben Affleck fan, but as a Kevin Smith fan, I loved him in those movies, and I've loved him in other stuff. I didn't like to shit on him like everybody else did before. Yep. Now, no one is. Now they're kind of taking jabs at him other ways with these, like, he's gonna leave Batman and all this stuff. Like, I don't know.
Because y'all yelled at him for...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's really going on, but I hope he sticks around. And he did seem enthusiastic and all that stuff, but there is a distance there. When you see him in these panels and with the other guys, there is something like where he kind of just feels like he's not... Like, you see him there, and he's like...
It doesn't feel like the Marvel cast.
Yeah.
Where everyone is super excited
and I don't know
to play
if
those
that's
characters.
just me projecting that on them, just with all the speculation and like... And all the doubt and everything. But I don't know. I hope he sticks around. Aquaman footage was shown at Comic-Con. It wasn't released. A description from one of the writers in Heroic Hollywood, Michael Mistroff.
It's underwater.
He described the footage that they showed. He said the video begins with James Wan presenting a look at a never-before-seen footage that opens on the ocean with two fishermen on a boat, and then suddenly begin to get pulled by something massive that we can't see.
Godzilla?
He says the camera cuts to an aerial. I kind of do picture that, like that scene in the 99 Godzilla, or 98. But it says they get pulled by something we can't see. The camera cuts to an aerial shot revealing something massive beneath the water under them before cutting to underwater, revealing Ocean Master's army. And, an army. Jason Momoa confirmed that it was Ocean Master's army on the panel. All right. Finally, the last thing we talk about, the Justice League. We're done with the episode after this. Almost 2 hours long. I knew it was going to be, but we had a lot to cover here. Hopefully you stuck around and listened to it. We're barely awake, and it's really fucking hot in this room.
Yeah.
Justice League trailer. What'd you think about it?
Hated it.
Yeah, me too. It sucked.
No,
all right.
it was...
Hit him. No. Dude, I love this trailer. I think it's my favorite trailer of everything. Like,
yeah.
I know. I think the big two things were like, if you were there, the big things were the Avengers versus Justice League trailers. But we didn't go, so we didn't see the Avengers trailer.
Right.
All we have to really compare it to is the closest thing is Thor Ragnarok, which was a great trailer. But I loved this trailer more. It was 4 minutes long, lots of stuff going on. It was fun. It had the humor.
I feel like the opening of the movie is going to be Wonder Woman stopping that bank heist or something.
Well, that's the opening of the trailer, yeah.
I feel like that's going to be the opening of the movie as well.
Could be.
What I mean? Kind of setting up where she is now, what she's up to.
Yeah.
Gets a phone call from Batfleck.
Yeah. I like that stuff. It was like, what'd you do this weekend? Like, oh, nothing interesting.
I always like those kind of jokes.
Now, you know what's interesting that someone pointed out?
She's Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. I first saw, the first person I saw point this out is, I was watching Jeremy John's video. He's a guy on YouTube. I like this guy. He pointed out that if you, and he actually showed it on his channel, took a frame from both the original Justice League trailer and this Justice League trailer for the scene in that bank or whatever, the lighting of it, just the colorization of it, the color correction or whatever, is so much brighter and lighter in this version of the trailer than it was in that first version.
Yeah.
Even down to the color palettes used in this movie, they're brightening it up. And that I think has to do with Joss Whedon coming on board and changing those kind of things. Like his sensibilities are different than Zack Snyder's, and he's bringing that in.
I really hope your mic was off the entire time.
I thought about that. Like I don't know, the headphones, it's going out in one of my ears.
I hope it's been off the whole time.
Me too. So yeah, other stuff. What's else stuck out to you in the trailer?
The Flash.
Flash was great, funny, had some great lines, some great moments.
It's like, I've never done battle. Just kind of push people and run away.
I loved that line.
I feel like that means to me like he's just become the Flash, like recently.
I think he has. I think he's become the Flash pretty recently.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of pushed people and ran away. Like the only person that we know for sure he's had an encounter with is Captain Boomerang.
Right.
So probably hasn't had a fight with another speedster.
No.
Or anything, so
that'll probably...
Well, here's the thing. Flash, if they do Flashpoint, in the comics, Reverse Flash is a big part of that.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, that's kind of a bummer. They don't have a long history, him, and why would he go to... But, duh. Reverse Flash is from the future. He has a history with him.
Right.
Ezra Miller doesn't have to have that the same history.
That's true. I
that
didn't
Reverse
think about that.
Flash has with Flash. We
You
saw that in
still
season
want it to be
1.
Matthew McConaughey?
I do.
Okay. Run, Barry, run.
See our first look at Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
That's, he looks cool. It's kind of dumb to me that Steppenwolf is the first villain in a Justice League movie.
Steppenwolf is, so I don't really care.
Yeah, but he looks
it's someone
cool.
else.
He's going to be a good... Dude, we know who he is. We know what it is, though.
What do you mean?
Steppenwolf is the herald of Darkseid.
Yeah.
We know that Darkseid's coming, but... And for all we know, we don't know for sure, but for all we know, Steppenwolf is the Lex Luthor to Darkseid's Doomsday in this movie as compared to, Batman vs. Superman. The final battle could be with Darkseid, and we just don't know. But I doubt it, but, it could be. But, he signals the coming of Darkseid, so that's the one thing that makes it okay for me, but it's still, I would rather see them going up against a Brainiac or a Darkseid himself or any of those sorts of things. Fucking Starro, I don't give a shit. I know who Starro is.
Yeah.
Aquaman was really cool in this trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, Flash was the most eye-opening as far as the stuff we got to see him do was really great, and I liked him a lot. Oh, that scene where they're kind of in that place and
Wonder Woman's trying to grab the sword.
Yeah, and he just kind of pushes it to her. I love that moment. But my favorite moment in the whole trailer is Aquaman, and a lot of people's favorite moment. So by the time you hear this, you can be like, yeah, that's everyone's favorite moment, idiot. But I loved it too, so
yeah,
that was me. The Aquaman riding the parademon down and just crashing through that building, kind of surfing out of it, and just kind of walks away like a badass. I love that moment. It was so great. I'm so excited to see him in this movie. This version is a little different from any other version of Aquaman we've seen before. I mean, it does harken back more to the Grant Morrison version of the character in the JLA with the long hair and the beard, during that era. I don't know if that was necessarily Grant Morrison's version, but I first saw him in the JLA comics that Grant Morrison was writing. But it looks closer to that. It looks, it feels closer to that, but he still has got that surfer vibe and everything that's kind of interesting take on it. But I think it works. It works for me.
Yeah.
What else is in there?
I like the line that Wonder Woman says, don't go after him alone. We do this together. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the very end with Alfred?
Well, I mean, Superman is teased throughout the movie. You see that bridge with the Superman symbol.
Yep.
They talk about them. Superman changed things and all that stuff. And, we've got to do the same
Batman,
thing.
you had a different tune just a little while ago.
Yeah.
He didn't inspire you too much, did he?
Yeah. So, at the end of the trailer, we'll talk about the end of the trailer, then there's something else I want to stick around and talk about. End of the trailer, Alfred it looks like he's outside, or is he in that...
He's in the Batcave.
That weird house, kind of...
I think he's in the Batcave.
It looked like it was outside. You could see the sky and the trees and stuff.
Sure?
But, yeah.
Dude, he's in the Batcave working on the Batmobile or something.
But you can clearly see the sky out behind him and the trees and stuff.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I saw it.
So did I.
I saw goddamn trees.
Do you want to pull it up and watch it?
I mean, this episode's already been fucking long enough.
Alright, fine. Fuck you.
Anyway, it kind of did feel like it was a scene that would have been set in the Batcave, but the way it looked with the trees in the background, it might even be two fucking scenes cut together because there was different stuff going on there. But he looks like he's working on the Batmobile or some kind of vehicle or something. And I thought when I saw the trees and stuff, I thought maybe it might be the him working on that stuff while the fight's going on elsewhere outside and stuff. And Superman shows up and for some reason decides to talk to Alfred first. But
can you make me a sandwich?
I mean, he hears the rumbling, sees the drink and everything rumbling and stuff. And he says, they said you would come, or whatever. Let's just hope you're not too late.
He said you would come. Who's he talking to?
Yeah.
Now...
I mean, there's only one guy he can be talking to, right?
There's two.
Who?
In the very beginning of the trailer, the voice says, no lanterns, no Kryptonians.
Yeah.
He could be talking to Green Lantern.
But they said there are no lanterns.
He also said there's no Kryptonians, but we know Superman's in the movie.
Well, here's another thing. Another interesting thing. Because I was going to... That was the
Like,
thing.
Batman could have, I know who the Lantern Corps is. Let me send out a signal.
Dude, here's the thing. We know Superman's coming back. It's got to be Superman.
Right. So, but Batman wouldn't assume that Superman would be coming. Batman wouldn't.
But we don't know where at that point in the story it is. Batman might think he's coming back at that point because of the events of the story, whatever happens.
I feel like it...
What if they end up fighting Superman, like we think they're probably going to do? He comes back. He's evil for some reason. They fight him. They defeat him, and then Superman fucks off, and then they go to stop whatever, and Superman comes back, and he comes, like he goes to Lois, or goes to his mother, or something, and then comes back to help them. And he's like, they said you would come, or whatever.
I don't know.
Well, you don't think Superman and this version of Superman would fuck off and worry about Lois and his mom before helping people? This is the same guy that watches his dad get fucking chewed up by a tornado.
That still doesn't make sense to me.
What?
It should be something that he can't fix, like a heart attack.
Oh, that? Yeah.
Anyway.
I thought you were talking about Superman like coming at the end, yeah. We know he's showing up. We know.
Yeah, of course.
We don't know the exact machinations of the story, mechanics of how that works, but we know he's coming back. And I think we all know that that's Superman in that scene. That was just the best way of teasing it without showing him. But you can kind of see just the shape of someone's, like, the head and their shoulder.
Can
everything. Yeah.
Okay.
You can kind of see a little bit of red.
Red?
Red. A little bit of the red cape on the shoulder there.
I'm going to have to watch that again in a second.
Yeah. I've watched it, dude.
All right, fuck you.
Did you notice?
How stupid are you going to feel if it's Green Lantern?
Why was it red?
To throw your dumb ass off.
All right, how stupid are you going to feel when I point this shit out to you? That line, when it says lanterns and Kryptonian, no lanterns, no Kryptonians. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. I just brought it up a minute ago.
No, did you see the article about the Kryptonians line? During that shot, Bruce Wayne is looking at a hologram
of
a red. You see a red cape. Doesn't look like that's Superman.
What do you mean?
The cape kind of moves, and you see the leg. The leg is much thinner than a man's leg, and it's got the knee-high red boots, but not the blue leggings or whatever. It looks like a skin tone. Swear to God, dude, it looks like Supergirl's leg.
What if he's talking to Supergirl, Alfred?
I mean, fuck, maybe. I don't know. I mean, we'd probably see the hair in that same shot. It looked like the outline of a man's head or whatever. But look at this right here. Hang on,
let me see.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That doesn't it?
It does.
That's a pretty skinny leg for Superman. And I don't know what's
sure that's
going on here.
It's not just blue.
It kind of looks like skin tone to me. It doesn't look like the dark blue of Superman's costume.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's stuff going on here as well, but it kind of looks like it could be skin tone.
Can you go to like the very end? I want to see what you're talking about, where he's talking to Alfred.
All right. While I'm doing that, let's talk about...
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't either. I saw someone else pointing it out online.
Could be Supergirl.
That leg is awfully skinny. That's the main thing. It looks like, I don't know what's going on exactly with the... I mean, there's stuff going on behind in the background of the scene and everything, but it could be blue, but it could even be a lighter blue than Superman's normal costume. But that leg is the main thing. It looks way too skinny.
Mm-hmm.
The one last thing I wanted to talk about...
I want him to be talking to Green Lantern.
Well, he's not, but...
How do you know?
Because I know. Green Lantern is not in this movie. They've said it. They've said it before. They'll say it again, I'm sure.
Man, I love being a turtle.
All right.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I fucking seen Ninja Turtles, dude. It's hot in here. So too hot in here for that shit. All right. One last thing I wanted to talk about are the extensive reshoots for Justice League.
Digital effects?
Yeah, they are. Now, at first they said they wouldn't be too extensive. They said it wasn't going to be too bad. And then we started hearing about...
Homeboys filming something else at the same time.
Well, no, we Joss Whedon's coming in to do the reshoots, and then at Comic-Con, so the Ray Fisher was like, "Oh, the reshoots are nothing; they're not that bad." And then, like the next day, we start hearing reports of $25 million reshoots, and like it's going to cost them $25 million, which might not be that extensive based on how expensive these fucking movies are.
Yeah,
that could be like a week, dude. To be honest, I don't know, but the real thing is, and this doesn't have any negative effect on the movie. It's just the real world implications of making films like this.
Are you talking about his mustache?
Yeah. Yeah, idiot. Can I get to it?
Real world implications. That
no,
just
the
threw
real
me
world
off.
implications of the actors' schedules and stuff like
Yeah.
that while they're making this movie. It doesn't have anything to do with the quality of the movie when it comes out and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, the actors, they have to live their lives and all that stuff. They have to go on and do other work.
Yeah, Homeboy's filming something else.
Yeah, and so Ezra Miller is working on Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, too. So it's affecting his schedule. And it's also affecting, spoiler alert, Henry Cavill's schedule, who we all know is going to be Superman in this movie. And right now, he's shooting Mission Impossible 6, but in that film, he's got a mustache.
Right.
And Paramount are not going to let him shave his mustache to come play Superman again for these reshoots. So, Superman on set is going to have a mustache. And the memes and the pictures have been fantastic.
I know.
And I kind of don't want that to change.
Dude, I
kind of want him to see what he looks like with a mustache full time.
Here's the thing. If they wanted to make even more money,
yeah,
they would just leave it in.
Yeah.
Because who in their right mind doesn't want to see that?
Dude, in the Death of Superman storyline, when he came back, he had that mullet. If he has that mullet and that mustache, it'd be the greatest Superman movie ever made. All right, here's what I was talking about, dickhead. So you see the glass on the table and all that stuff. Clumping.
Yeah, the table.
Pans up. That's the goddamn moon. That is the open sky. You see trees.
All
now
right.
You want to talk shit. Now right here, this looks like it could possibly be the roof.
On. I hear what you're saying.
It looks like the upstairs part of where the Batcave is, the upstairs part of where they're living. And then this shot right here, you see the ground and stuff out there and the trees. Now that might just...
That looks like a regular car.
See, he's outside, I think.
I can't see anything that's... I can't tell a color of that shoulder.
Yeah, it's like right down here. You kind of see the red, like right in there for a second as it kind of leans up in the front. Still. No, it's not Supergirl. It's Superman. Why are you fighting this? Why? You know it's Superman.
It's too obvious. I feel like they're trying to trick us.
It's Superman.
All right, fine. It's Superman. Hit him.
All right. It's been a long episode. I know everyone listening is as tired of Steven's bullshit as I am.
Fuck you. You know what? It's Green Lantern.
All right. He's wearing a red suit now. He's a Red Lantern. Go fuck yourself. If you like this episode, please do us a favor and subscribe to The Amazing Nerdiverse on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher app, whatever you like to use. But the most important thing is you subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. This is important to help us, help out people find the show, help us, gain a larger audience, all that good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. Also going to have the link to the screen to where you can get tickets for our screening of Team Proof, so definitely check that out. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/TheAmazingNerdiverse. On Instagram, we are at Amazing Nerdiverse, and on Twitter, I'm at Jeff_Grants.
I'm at Steven Tugert.
And we are at NerdiversePod. And finally, go to TheAmazingNerdiverse.com for all that and very little more. Until next time, I'm Jeff Grants.
I'm Steven Tugert.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
It's Green Lantern. Hit him! And scene.